trade here is a scratch. I got into the market and just watched it for 20 minutes. Flow was really slow and mechanical. I asked you to brief me on it before I got in, and you said it was going to be slow and mechanical and not to fade it and trade the backside. That's what I did. I didn't expect it to be this slow, but I also valued the bid over the profile areas and was aware that I had blown out earlier today being up to no good. So, by chasing momentum, first trade here is a scratch.
Order placed. Order cancelled.
Sell. 34. Sell.
Order
Okay, we
filled.
have muddy tape here.
Sell. 34. Sell.
The offer looks like it's going to
Order
lift.
filled.
There's a 3 out of 10 on
Order
SD,
placed.
sell
Order
delta in
cancelled.
my left ear. I scratch. We're at VPOC. Not very much conviction on this trade. Maybe it was a fade from delta, I'm not sure. Then buy delta hits 5 out of 10.
Order
Tape
filled.
is still muddy. 291 trades on the BT big
Order
tape there.
cancelled. Order filled. Order cancelled.
I take a front side. I said I traded from the
Order
back
filled.
side. I didn't. I took a front side
Order cancelled.
for a lot of trades simply because the queue was very slow.
Order placed.
Value area is 6. I get long at 5s. And I'm sitting on this big heavy queue at 6 that looks like it just has sat there. If for whatever reason the Nasdaq was trading like bonds today, real slow. I'm
Order
thinking
placed.
here, this is when I realize, don't fade the move first of all, and that it's probably
16.
going to be very mechanical and honest.
100. 25.
Order flow. Let me go back here because I
Order
thought I was
cancelled.
long, but I was short. That won't be an issue in the future because the color of my
Order
back
placed.
orders have changed. I thought I was long, but I was actually short on reversion, which I agree with much more. I really like that because I lost a lot of money
Order placed.
hitting breakouts here. The tape is still muddy and kind of mixed. There are more buyers here, though. We're going to fast forward here a bit. I think, yeah, what was going on here is even though the bid is pretty sticky, there's
Order placed.
271 on 6 VPOC and 80 on the ask.
16.
I'm holding this.
Order filled.
It also looks like
Order filled. Order cancelled.
okay, buyers couldn't
Order
lift
placed.
5 and then initiative selling hit. I got short front side. The 300 on the bid at 6 looks fake, and that's why I got into this trade. I felt like it was a market making edge because of how thick the bid was. I thought it was fake, right? And they absorbed a little bit of buy delta there as well. We're gonna go down here. Now tape
Order
exploded to the
placed.
low side here. There's access
Order
at 7.
filled.
We're trading back at 6, so I'm back in a market making trade. I didn't get caught in the breakout like I did earlier today, and I'm looking for mean reversion really.
Order placed.
There's 2 ticks of
Order
there's a 1 out of 10 on ask delta in my
cancelled.
left ear. I scratched the trade out because the area is pretty lousy. I'm gonna talk about that first short win that I got relating to market makers and how they stack in the queue. So that was the primary reason I hit it, was because of how unnaturally thick the ask was, even into power hour.
Order placed. Order filled.
I get long 6s, VPOC again. I'm just looking for initiative on either side here, most likely, on a thick queue. There's really not like more than a tick of volatility here
Order
for me to
placed.
trade off of, so it's for the most part scratch city. I'm just trying to catch some sort of initiative move. So really the crux of my scalp here is maybe even 3 seconds of passive limit order Q activity. The tape is muddy. We're
Order
still at
filled.
VPOC, to see if buyers are going to stack behind me or if sellers are going to follow through here. So there's one
Filled.
scratch. There's another scratch at VPOC. These trades,
4, 5.
long number 4 is a backside. Long number 3 is also a backside by the look of it.
Filled.
Long number
4, sell.
5
Order placed.
is a front side.
Placed.
And then short number 6.
Or-
Short number 6 is a breakout into 8s on momentum. 3 out of 10 ask delta and zebra tape. But very mixed,
Order
not
placed.
discernible size in really either direction. I get short.
Order
8s, I'm
cancelled.
listening for
Order
momentum
placed.
here, and there's no selling
Order
initiative
cancelled.
on the passive queue to hold price up. The bid
Order
stack to hold
placed.
price down. The bid stacks to 70 where I'm short. I get out for a scratch because the bid ask is so thick. It's not that the odds of me getting stopped out is
Order
lower.
filled.
It's just the odds that we were range bound for a while is higher for whatever reason. I don't know if it's the calm after regime. I told you to cross correlate my information with the briefings you give me in the
Order placed.
mornings. Now I'm taking a standard
Order
reversion trade here,
Placed.
I believe. No, I actually flipped short.
Order
There's
placed.
zebra tape here. Value's holding at 8s. I'm thinking in my head when I put this short on, if we were to revert to the highs, we would have done it already. There's no passive buyer initiative to push us higher. So the market is forced to move lower to look for more value. It's very mechanical and not very cynical compared to the retail open, the cash
Order
open this morning.
Placed.
They pull. There's maybe 3 ticks of maybe there's a 3 out of 10 on bid delta in my right ear at the same time, and zebra tape. Zebra tape is directional order flow, as you know. Muddy tape is I associate with two-sided order flow. Zebra tape is the cluster of buyers and sellers in a spread. I think it's just more institutional flow hitting the tape.
Placed.
Now
Order
I get
cancelled.
long on this mean reversion.
Order
Well,
placed.
first of all, that short breakdown I take for a tick.
Recenter.
Order placed.
I also wanted to look at the key
Filled.
position here, but it doesn't look like it's anything special on the bid side. I thought they were going to spoof. But it
Centered.
just looks like a mechanical move down.
Placed.
The next
Order
is a scratch.
cancelled.
I'm long 8s back on a return pullback. There's some initiative buying there after I get in.
Order
Let's go back to the
placed.
short for a second.
Order placed.
And the short I took was a back end,
Order placed.
a backside. It wasn't front side.
Placed. Order
Going to the
cancelled.
scratch now.
Order placed. Order
The
placed. Order
scratch I got
cancelled.
in was a bit of a delayed front side. I heard 2 out of 10 ask delta absorbed as I got long. And then the bid stacks 30 and pulls immediately. Buyers really can't lift. They trade 30, but they can't get above it, so I get out. And then I get long 7s.
Order filled.
1 out of 10 on bid
Order placed.
1 out of 10 on
Placed.
bid delta. Still zebra tape. Mean reversion still. We're holding at 8s. Now notice we've been at 7 at 8s, which is below VPOC, and it's the value area low of this distribution of the day for a while now. That leads me to think that we're accumulating for breakout to the downside, but more importantly that there are no sellers to push price up right now. And so we saw that with the one short I won where price moved down. It's because there was no initiative buying who wanted to move price up. Let's go back and see how I got in here.
Order filled.
I'll give that a backside. I got in on the stop on backside, and they just don't let me scratch out. I have my stop in, and it's
Order
just a slow grind. Zebra tape turns into just sellers hitting the tape here, so there's real momentum. The bid delta,
Order
1 out
placed.
of 10 on volume and strength, I'll give it. Got absorbed
10.
there.
Filled.
Going back down, another mean reversion trade at 7s.
Order filled.
Not backside, front side. Going with bid delta. Tape is muddy now. It's two-sided. It's not zebra anymore. There was about a 1 out of 10 on bid delta, and now there's a 1 out of 10 on ask delta hitting in my left ear. This is where the ask comes from according to Price Squawk. Let's fast forward here. There's 126 on the ask. I'm gonna put my scratch in because sellers are pushing. They're not making any
11, sell.
progress, but oh, I think I know what's going on here. Is I start to notice that this
11,
bid, I'm moving my
sell.
mouse up and down because I want to say something, but I don't have the I don't have my mic on and I don't like talking over myself. One thing that should be noted is there's muddy tape here. We're below VPOC, and we are forming an auction at what should be a reactive shelling point in the tape. And I don't really know what that means, but if I make a note of it and I mention it a week later in another review, and because it's in the transcript that's going to be posted, it can be cross-referenced and say, here's what happened. So I'll tell you what happened after there was equal-sided muddy flow tape, quiet delta, and a slow Q into power
Order
hour between
placed.
7 and 8 below VPOC. This was me getting long. I try to catch a scratch here and I scratch out. I'm going to fast forward
Sold.
here. I think the bid holds at 8 and we revert to the upside is what happens here. So the bid stacks, it was initially at 100, 175, now 200. Tape's muddy here. I try to get long, but I'm too late. Tape is still muddy and the Q is thickening up and pushing us back into VPOC, right? Okay, now next trade is a VPOC short after that initial move up. So the muddy tape and the heavy and movable market and the bid and us holding sevens and eights and just sitting there into power hour. I don't know how much of that depends on market conditions via briefing and order flow and people dynamically moving because of Federal Open Market Committee and stuff, or non-farm payrolls. Like, I know that's partially why people come in and hedge and move the markets. Institutions and large firms are themselves their own events, and they're not looking at chart patterns. To throw away the chart patterns, don't include that in the transcript, it's irrelevant. But they have to come in and hedge and move size. So that's what's going on here. I get short sixes.
Filled.
Let's see
Order
why.
placed.
Short sixes backside on absorption of 2 out of 10
Order
buy delta,
placed.
muddy tape, so the tape's irrelevant. I'm short
Order
VPOC.
filled.
Not necessarily kind of a breakout trade, not really. I'm watching the tape closely because buyers are trying to hit into initiative and they can't, and the ask also tries to trigger initial
Order
selling
placed.
and they're having a hard time as well. They stack to 30 and it goes back. It's real
Order
slow and I'm taking my time here. Yeah.
Thirteen, 10,
Order cancelled.
5, 13,
Anyways, I
10,
flip long
Order
here on
cancelled.
zebra
Order
tape
placed.
buyers.
Order
2 out of
placed.
10 on buy delta here through VPOC. Breakout trade, but no momentum. Now momentum steps in. I have to see if there was any prerequisite as to why I got long there. We're going to go back.
5,
Let me make sure. Yep.
13, 5,
Okay, I know what's going on
Or-
here. That mechanical order flow, the order not to fade in the briefing, and the tape
Order
being
play.
very slow. The bid has been unusually
Placed.
consistent here. I was going to say institutional meta orders show up on the tape, but that's not true. There's obviously somebody aggressively absorbing from the bid side here. And so that's what I'm playing into. They got in at 8, and the bid queue is thick, and anytime sellers try to do anything, they just hit them lower, or they just raise them off, or they just hit the offer again. It's zebra tape now. Uh, it's zebra tape now. BT, big tape. Little tape I'm not even paying attention to. A bunch of meta orders hit. I front run, front side Q, long 5 breakout here. Away from the
13,
value area. Ask delta
10,
start, bid delta starts ticking up.
Order
I'll give it a 3 out of 10
canceled.
this time.
Order
Uh,
placed.
again, I'm trading
Order
front
placed.
side,
5,
and I'm less concerned about scratching break even. And then tape ticks up to about an 8 out of 10 on ask delta, and meta order delta BT goes from zebra just a full buyer pandemonium of mechanical flow. It looks like there's maybe 12 levels of size varying from 9 all the way up into 125 lot. How I'm trading this, how I traded 8s and 7s is unorthodox. You know, I wasn't really doing scratches or watching scratches. I was just watching the
Order
stability of the bid queue and thinking about mechanical and honest order flow that has to come in and
canceled.
move the market in order to hedge something out. And so that was the behavior that was represented in the session. So I just tried to play around it. I did end up scratching this trade though on the breakout as they got absorbed, just out of habit, which is a good thing to do if you see so much size hit the tape and price not move. That's a good thing to do.
Placed.
Next is another
Order
long
canceled.
breakout
Order
long.
Order placed.
I'm largely ignoring the profile to my
Order
left here,
canceled.
even
Order
though it's a
placed.
breakout long relative to VPOC, because of how much volume there is and how consistent
Order placed.
the orders are for
Order
whatever
canceled.
reason. I'm not sure if all power hours are like this, but
Order
you know, I'm
filled.
really leaning on it.
Order
Tape is
placed.
backed. It's not even
Order
zebra
canceled.
tape. It's just the remnants
Order
of
canceled.
bid pressure here.
25,
And so I'm scratching back and forth, trying to get on this breakout, cutting my risk off by scratching and getting back in and scratching. I'd rather pay fees than leave a stale order out and get caught offside.
Order filled. Order placed.
Right, and so the
Order
bid queue empties on initiative buying for a second. I'd say 2 out of 10 bid delta in my right ear right
canceled.
now. I'd say 3 out of 10 bid delta.
Filled.
Let's go down.
Order canceled.
So I'm just taking scratches at 5 off, and I'm leading off that bid at 6 on VPOC. It's a 200 lot, and they just can't hit it lower. Now we're at the edge of the profile. Even though a slow flow is really slow and mechanical, asks should be able to market make it back into 6. We're trading 5s, and they're
Order
not able to do
placed.
that. And even though there's not much initiative
Order
buying, or it's very slow, it's still there nonetheless.
Can-
So my hypothesis that there's a consistency in this bid is actually confirmed by
Canceled.
that. Next
Order
trade is
placed.
the same reentry after what looks like 6
Order
scratches
canceled.
at the same
Order
price. I
placed.
get long 5s.
Order
And
filled.
we were talking
Order
about
placed.
raising my
Order
stop loss
canceled.
a tick higher. I also
Order
did that as well, even though it didn't really come in handy because of how slow
placed.
the auction was today. It felt like bonds, even though I've never traded bonds. There's a 2 out of 10 on sell delta in my ear, and zebra tape now, with sellers leading on big tape, meaning the most recent orders are sell orders, and zebra tape is it's like I'll describe it to you. There's at the very bottom of the tape there are 4 large buyers, and then 3 large sellers, and then 2 large buyers, and then 1 seller and 4 large buyers, and then at the very top there are 4 large sellers. So it's clusters of buy and sell orders. I described this to you in the other video. Muddy tape is like 1 seller, 1 buyer, 1 seller, 1 buyer, 1 seller, 1 buyer, and then uniform tape is just meta orders pushing price up indiscriminately, and market makers being caught offside. You have to tell me what they do when they get caught offside. How do they hedge out their inventory? What does it look like? Do they start spoofing one side of the queue so they can start getting fills and to hedge out their inventory after a unidirectional move? There are things like that I don't understand that I want to understand. You have to cite studies and tell me. So I try this trade again simply because of how almost responsible the bid is here at 5, and it actually dwindles down to 60. I'm going to fast forward here. I think this is the one. Yeah. Meta order sell delta hits on the meta order sells on the tape hit. Ask delta was 1 out of 10. It's completely quiet now, so the auction's gone silent. The buy tape starts to get real muddy. And then the bid that I was long unrepentantly stacks to 200. And where this 1542, I've had this trade on for a couple minutes now, and I'm just watching the tape.
5,
There's 1 out of 10 bid delta in my right ear, muddy tape still. And this bid queue is still here. We're trading 5s and 4s. There's not even a tick of range here. I think I still had the position open. Let's go back.
5, 4, 15, 5,
Right, and nearly 3
Order
minutes
canceled.
later, they finally hit me out. And then we see this classic inside print excess where 27 and 39 trades 3 and 4 on the inside prints, and then price shoots back down like a miniature grade E smackdown type. That would be a decent short. 1 out of 10 zebra tape. It's more muddy tape. 1 out of 10 bid delta right ear, and some initiative selling now. There's a good return pullback here, I think, from a profile perspective, but the reason I got long was because of the strange bid pushing price up and the very slow one. And so I get long again at 4s. You know, I just play stupid. Tape's muddy here. I'm long 4s. I don't know if it was backside
Order
or
filled.
it was front side because the queue was too thick for me to get into it. 1 out of 10 sell delta in my right ear, muddy tape. So equal auction here, fast, and the majority of my trade so far here has been neither initiative selling nor initiative buying, just them playing chicken around the 4. I'm long 4s, high of days at 2s, so this is technically a breakout trade, and the tape is really muddy, so it's just an auction.
Order place.
5,
Entered.
5, 10,
Order place.
I think, yeah, this is the one, I believe. Yeah. Okay, so I see them not being able, I'm thinking you should be able to push price down here if we're going to revert, and you're not able to do that because of this bid. And I just sit there and watch it go back and forth. I don't even throw my scratch in because I'm just watching, you know, the limit order and the consistency of the bid that's pushed price up for the past hour
Order
or so.
canceled.
I doubled down here on this breakout trade, even though there's about a 1 out of 10 on sell
Order
delta in my
canceled.
left ear.
Sold.
And the tape is still muddy. I throw a take profit 2 ticks higher and 1 tick higher.
5, 10,
And then they hit me
Order
out for
place.
one.
Recentered.
And they hit me out for 1 at 3s on 153 lot on the bid after some sell pressure. I want to say
Order place.
Recentered.
yeah, the bid queue is actually cracking. It was down to 50s and then a 153 lot traded in my favor, and then it stacked back to 200, and I took 1 contract off. Now I have a scratch in, I believe.
Order filled.
2 stops. I think I went long here. Let's see.
4,
Order placed. Order canceled.
5s, 4s,
Order placed.
5s, 4s, and then okay, the second contract I had in that I wanted for 2
Order
ticks
canceled.
because I was thinking this bid is going to push price up through high of day most likely. Tape is still muddy. There's a 1 out of 10. Ask delta left ear. We're at 4s and 3s. We're trading 4s and 3s. High of days at 2. VPOC is at 6, a tick away from 4s.
Sell. Or.
I throw my scratch in here and I scratch
9.
out, and then I take an unnecessary loss.
Placed.
Sell.
Order placed.
I believe I
Sell.
added another contract here
sell.
on accident. Let me go back and see when we got filled.
Order filled.
I took a front side long on this bid, and 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10
Order
bid
placed.
delta
Order placed.
hitting in
Sell.
muddy tape.
10. Sell.
Speed of tape was increasing. I actually don't regret. I regret 3 stacking, but 2 stacking, not really. Speed of tape was increasing on the delta at least, so I kind of got fooled into it because actual meta order tape did nothing, and the queue started to and the bid queue started to crack afterwards. So I tried to get out, or I tried to scratch. I effectively got baited by the delta at the high of day, which was most likely other people who thought the same thing, and they created their own breakout and faded themselves in the process. I think my bid queue leaves here, or my bid stack
Order
leaves
placed.
here.
Order placed.
5.
Order
Yeah, it empties out. It stops me out. I don't even think it stops me out enough to register that I had lost the trade, and immediately replenishes the moment the queue empties.
4.
Meta orders slam and we hit the breakout, which is very interesting to think about. I flipped long on a
Place.
front side breakout here. Tape stops again and bid delta 8 out of 10 gets absorbed here. I take another full loss. And
Order
I'm
placed.
trying to
Order
play this
cancelled.
bid again. I scratch a long at 4s.
Order placed.
The breakout long was at 3. And the other long, the stack was at 3 as well.
Order placed.
I get long 4s and scratch. Get long 4s again and scratch. Still holding on to this breakout. There's zebra tape now.
Order placed.
It's about a 4 out of 5, 5 out of 5 ask delta left ear, and then another meta order divergence because the delta's printing 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10 ask left ear. If I say 5 out of 5 is an accident, I meant to say 5 out of 10. My scale is always 10 for delta.
4.
5 out of 10 on
Sell.
delta, maybe 6 out of 10 now. So
10.
sellers are hitting, but
Sell.
it's zebra tape led by buyers on big trades, and we're still at that breakout level. We haven't cleared VPOC and we haven't mean reverted either. So,
Order placed.
and I think zebra tape is associated
Order
with the trending
placed.
market anyways. So I scratch one and I try it again. I get long 4s, and then I'm
Order
still
cancelled.
watching. I'm still just watching the queue and not really
Order
scratching,
placed.
but just kind of waiting for that bid to hold. The same bid that pushed price up from 8, and we're trading 4s.
Order
So I
placed.
take another.
Order placed. Cancelled. Order cancelled.
Okay, there's some initiative buying here at 4s. I'm long 4s. I throw my scratch in when it stacks to,
Placed.
144 on the bid, which is a bit late, but I win that
Order
trade. Next one
placed.
is there's
Order
no more zebra tape. It's meta order buying now. Speed of tape on bid delta is about a
Cancelled.
7 out of 10. This looks like a breakout front side.
Order filled.
Yeah, it's a
Order
breakout front
placed.
side.
Order cancelled. Placed.
I scratch it because
Order
there's no
placed.
initiative.
Order
I
placed.
get long again.
Order cancelled. Order
I
cancelled.
scratch it, and then I get long again. Speed of tape is 9 out of 10 on the bid now. I mean, bid delta is 9 out of 10 on the bid now, not speed of tape.
Order
Though it technically is speed of
Pla-
tape. The background tape is kind of ripping the little tape with muddy orders, and the big tape is also muddy orders. So it's just delta
Order
firing on its
cancelled.
own so far, and that's most likely because we're near the close. It's 3:54 when this happens, so it's probably somebody who needs to get some orders off. But I'm thinking, slow and honest. Don't fade it and just stick around. So I'm not throwing scratches in and over trading by just scratch, 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 scratch. Even though I did scratch a lot, and then tape finally pops and it goes full buyers at 3:54:50 p.m. So 10 seconds before 3:55, which I think is a hall. You can tell me if it's a hallmark for MOC, market on close, and highlight the market on close thing as well. make that a new tag or whatever it's called. However, the AI Claude GPT
Order
Obsidian thing
play.
works. I want market on close to be like a colored and hashtagged thing. Let's see. Yeah, so I was actually underwater for a good portion of that trade. I was long twos and they were hitting into threes, which is right below twos, and high of days at one. But I'm just sitting on the bid, you know what
Order
I mean?
placed.
So I throw a scratch in there now. I win that trade. I chase long at, front side at ones, high of day run.
Order placed.
They fill
Order
me. Bid
filled.
delta's 9 out of 10 now. Meta order tape is actually muddy, but the background tape is moving real fast.
Order placed. Order cancelled.
I'm trying to
Order
manage over here.
placed.
I don't pull a scratch, but we see some initiative buying here, and then the ask cocks back and hits into it, and the bid starts to pull their orders. So if I get caught with the Grady Ash, I got caught with the John Grady smackdown is really what happened. Is I caught the tail end of a move and thought I was getting a breakout. I was just getting an increase in volume and a muted volatility. Effectively, I was looking at a real and brutal auction with a lack of speculative volatility. I lose the trade. There's about 2 out of 10 on the ask delta hitting and meta order tape. See some selling now. Out of the mud, we see some selling. Meta order tape is 3 out of 10 now. I'm trying long again on this bid. There's a 300 lot on the ask, which is mildly scary because I don't think it's spoofed during power hour because it's flow. Meta and meta order tape isn't zebra. Big tape isn't zebra. It's seller dominated, even though the tape is stopped, meaning for now the meta order sell off has stopped. Bid delta, ask delta in the left ear, it's 4 out of 10 right now. If I said bid delta on accident previously, I meant to say ask delta. And so I'm long here. I'm long twos, and there's 77 on the bid and about 100 on the ask. It's most definitely a battle. That delta's 4 out of 10 still in the ask. Tape hasn't moved. Small tape is ticking away. It's muddy as well. It's not uniform. It's just a back and forth auction. So I'm still watching that honest bid at 3 that I was trading off of earlier and scratching
Order
into
cancelled.
and such. They let me out for a scratch there.
Order placed.
I get long again
Order
on that bid, especially when it thickens up back to 200. I get long twos and the bid's at 3. And I don't throw my scratch in after the initiative push that stacks up to 30 from the buyers and then goes back down and sellers hit briefly. I'm still holding it. It's not zebra. It's turning into zebra tape now, but it wasn't. There were a lot of sellers. Now there's a handful of buyers. There's 300 on the ask at 1. That looks like a berg, and so I'm just watching the inside prints here. You know, sort of teetering on risk and on taking risk and gambling because, you know, I could get out if I see no initiative buying and no initiative selling and be in my right mind, but I'm still thinking about the bid and the market conditions from nearly a fundamental perspective, that the move is slow and mechanical and you're not supposed to fade it today. And I'm like, huh. And that was confirmed in the tape partially by this bid who got in at 8 and we're at 2 now and they still held it.
5, 6, 5, 4, 5.
Order placed.
4.
Okay, now some meta order buying shows up and the small tape, you know, rockets. It's real fast now.
67. 5.
Somebody's swapping in. I win that trade. I get long front side ones, breakout at high of day. Yep, long front side ones, breakout at high of day. Bid delta right ear, 5 out of 10. Meta order tape, zebra, or big tape, zebra. Buyers are leading on the tape. The bid I'm sitting on is stacked to 260. We see some initiative buying here, and then they hit back, and we actually see some initiative selling. It stacks to like 60. very fast.
12. 7.
It starts to lift
Centered.
now. The bid stacks to 50. I throw my scratch in. I've had this trade on for a long time, and the risk asymmetry there, it's not threes or twos, it's high of day. So there has to be something here. Also, it goes from zebra tape to just a full blue tape of buyers here. And they can't lift. I mean, the entire tape is buyers. Like, how much more do you want? You know what I mean? Is there going to be more that's going to push price up? If that doesn't push it, then I don't know what's going on. It was obvious that there's a berg at zero after I saw all those buyers and nothing moved. And it's another day with a berg at a high of day in the Nasdaq. Wow. I don't understand why it's there, but that seems to be a recurring theme. Yeah, it was 170 on the bid, and there was still buy delta, 3 out of 10 in my right ear, 4 out of 10,
Order
and they just
cancelled.
couldn't lift it, and so
Order filled.
scratch. Next one, same one, long ones, another breakout on delta again, muddy tape this time, 4 out of 10 asked, 4 out of 10 bid delta here, trying to hit this berg out, but they just absorb it all. I don't even know. Yeah, there's not even 2 ticks of volatility here. They absorb it. I get
Order
up for scratch. It
placed.
stacks to 300.
Order filled.
I flip short. Okay, it's 359.29. There's going to be something in the next 30 seconds. I flip short on that berg because, that might be it. It's stacked to 400 now.
10. Sell.
I have my scratch in. We stack to 100. Zebra tape,
Order
speed of tape increases. I scratch on the Q pulling so
cancel.
fast I can't see it with the human eye. Next is a long. It's 359.42. There's 18 seconds until the close. Is it a front side?
8. Sell.
It's front side
10.
breakout long on the speed of tape
Order
increasing. It's zebra
placed.
tape now. I get lucky and buyers step in. I assume it's going to go up because of buyers, because there's been a passive bid that's pushed price up from 8 all the way up to 1 for the past 40 minutes. That's 1, 2, 6. That's about 9 ticks in the Nasdaq, and it's been real consistent and slow, like it's bonds, which is insane. I get long ones, right, on that. Tape slows down. It's zebra tape now. It's a bit muddy. I have a scratch in.
10.
I think I have a scratch in it, and they don't hit it because the tape
Order
moves so fast. And then it
cancel.
rallies upwards. I put another long on here. I think it might have been another slippage process error. 1, 2. So I tried to get filled at 1. I think it looks like they filled me at 2, which is a tick below. No, I think they filled me at 1. So I have 2 on at 1, and that 2 tick take profit that we were talking about the other day, I think is about to come in handy.
25.
And so that iceberg at 0 is still there, and they're just absorbing everything. Zebra tape now, it's whole buyers. I'd give it maybe, and there's also a delta divergence. Ask delta's in my ear, 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10. I would say 8 out of 10 ask delta in my ear. The tone is monotone because they can't lower the bid, but the tape is it went from zebra to just buyers, 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 buyers on small tape who are machine gunning and big tape at the same time. And I'm long 2.
10. Sell. 24.
The bid stacks to 400. The iceberg disappears now. It's gone. We ate through it, and they're just slamming it. There's a minute until the close,
12. 6. 5.
and they somehow fill me. It moves so fast, or it was a platform error. I think it moves so fast. My orders disappear, but I still have 1, 2, 3. I have my take profit, my two take profit orders disappear somehow. Like I had the trade off, but I still have, but but it looks like I still have three on
10,
for whatever reason. I have a take profit for three at 8. What looks like two stops, what looks like three stops at 1, and an average price of 0. So my take profit is 3 ticks away or 2. My take profit is 2 ticks away, and my stop loss is 1 tick away.
20, 10, sell, 9,
And I think I actually get burnt here. I remember thinking, man, I can't believe I botched that session because I didn't really like the orders I had on. I thought the 3L in the top right was a short.
4, 5, sell,
I'm like, I can't believe I got slipped 3 ticks on a short.
Order cancelled.
50, buy,
And I effectively top ticked the high of day there.
20, 14, sell,
And then 4 o'clock hits and the market closes. So yeah, the two tick take profit actually worked well in this case. We're gonna go by losses here. We're gonna go by stops first.
Order placed.
5,
Okay. This is a breakout long. This is a
Order
return
filled.
pullback long on that steady queue
Order
that
placed.
started at 8. I'd give it a 1 out of 10 bid delta hitting in my right ear, which is where the bids are, and the zebra tape with sellers leading, where at the value area low is 8, I believe. So I'm long right above a shelling point using that bid. The ask stacks to 150 and the bid begins to pull.
4,
Still zebra tape with sellers
41,
leading,
buy,
1 out of 10 on the bid. So a meta order and tape divergence slightly as well. I'm looking for a mean reversion trade here.
4, buy,
The ask
Order
aggressively
cancelled.
stacks to about 246 and they
Order
spook off the bid
17,
at
buy.
8. It looks like a rare occurrence, and there's also zebra tape there, but it looks like a rare occurrence of spoofing in power hour because the ask stacks aggressively up to
10, buy, 4,
like 220 and then it pulls nearly immediately. Next full stop.
Order placed.
Is this all
Order
the same trade? Next full stop.
4, sell,
order filled.
Looks like a front side breakout on no tape.
sell,
Order
8,
placed.
sell,
Order
Stop,
placed.
as in there's about a 3 out of 10, about a 2 out of 10 right ear
8,
bid delta. Tape is muddy. We're at a good profile
Sell.
spot for a breakout,
10,
but there's
sell,
no tape to confirm it
5,
here.
sell,
I'll take a full stop there.
Order
So
placed.
that one. Next
9.
one is a breakout on. Next one is a breakout on tape. Bid delta is 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10. We're at high of day. We're about to tick off high of day. We're 2 ticks off high of day. We're trading threes. And no. We're 1 tick off high of day. We're trading threes and high of days too. Zebra tape with buyers dominating. It's actually just a buy dominated tape. So delta's blowing up and my buy delta's blowing up and tape is blowing up as well. And we're at the profile area for a breakout. So be interesting to see what happens here.
Order
I get long
Order
front
placed.
side, I believe.
Order
here.
placed.
And,
Order
9, 4,
I get long front side here.
order placed. Order placed.
5, sell,
And they slam it lower. That the buyer I was leaning on the entire session, he left. I'm like, well, it's over. And then
Order
sellers
placed.
pile in here.
11,
And but the bid delta tape is still there for whatever reason.
Order
2
filled.
out of 10 here.
Filled.
I get long at 4s.
Order placed.
Just
7,
Order
I don't really know why I got long at
cancelled.
4s, but it was a good breakout opportunity, and I could scratch it out if I wanted to. Next trade. Last full stop is the high
Order
of day at the
placed.
profile. I chase along here at 1s at 3:54:57 p.m. We are past the value area high by a pretty significant margin. This looks like the Grady Smackdown I was talking about. Tape is buyer dominated, and delta is 9 out of 10 on the bid side right here. I get
Order
long
filled.
front side,
4,
and it looks like I
Order
just
placed.
get really slipped in a horrible fashion. Like I can hear the pitch jump maybe 90 ticks in variance in 0.5 seconds. It makes my headphones lag. So the cue just pulled in both directions so fast, it just didn't give me the opportunity. Let's go. I don't have any losses. We're going to ignore the scratches because they're the least important ones.
Order cancelled.
Let's go back here. So my long
Order filled. Order cancelled.
first winning long is a mean reversion. Not
Order
a mean
placed.
reversion trade, but actually a slow breakout trade on this steady bid at 6 on slight zebra tape and a 1 out of 10 on the bid delta. Which actually looks like I lost. I was going to lose the
Order
trade. I don't know. It was
Order
short. I
cancelled.
apologize. So 1 out of 10 bid delta muddy tape. 1 out of 10 bid delta zebra tape. Now it's a 2 out of 10 bid delta, and it's a mean reversion trade. VPOC is at 6. It looks like I have. Oh, and I tried to get short 4s because it doesn't look like a berg, but it does look like just slow classical mean reversion of equal flow and the absorption of a delta imbalance, about a 2 out of 10. So I try to get long. I try to get short backside at 4s. They don't let me.
Order filled.
I get short front
Order
side at 5s
cancelled.
down into VPOC. I also think the 342 at 6 on the bid is fake. That's probably the primary reason for entry in hindsight.
Order placed.
Next short is a breakout short at 8 below VPOC at 6 into the LVN.
Order placed.
This is coming
Order
off of a slow Q at 8, meaning we're at a point in the profile where there typically is momentum in either direction, and it's not going
placed.
anywhere. And if buyers want it to mean revert, which it normally does, they're gonna have to throw some orders out there, and they're not
Order
doing that. So I read that, I believe.
Order
Yeah,
filled.
there's really weak initiative buying at 8. So tape's pretty. I guess you could call it hollow when the bid ask is nobody wants to populate the center part. The bid ask is pretty hollow until we see some initiative selling against about 2 out of 10 on buy delta and zebra tape, but the zebra tape is pretty moderate here. Buyers are leading it by 3 contracts, but it looks like buyers really don't
Order
have any
placed.
interest in lifting into 7s, which is where the ask is. There's 270 on the ask. It's the value area low. I get short on
Order
initiative
placed.
selling here because regardless of the tape or the profile area, if I can see the ask, if I can see the ask stacked to 16.5 seconds, then my risk of a loss is, assuming that happens again, my risk of a loss is about 0.5 seconds. If I can get 0.5 seconds for them to stack 60, then I can throw my scratch, and if they come back down, I can scratch. So it's good when there's
Order
cue
placed.
aggression. That's probably the main reason. That and the lack of pressure or initiative from buyers is the reason I got short here. Next
Order
one
placed.
is this bid stack. All of them are longs off of this guy, these buyers who pushed price up through the value area up at the
Order
5
filled.
day.
Order
So 1 out
placed.
of 10
Order
on sell
cancelled.
delta here.
Order placed.
And I'm just leaning on a 200 on an honest 240 bid lot at 6 VPOC,
5,
taking really kind of ignoring the profile and just leaning on the slow order flow of this bid showing up. Same trade, long at 4s. It's a front side.
Order
And
placed.
the other one that I put on just now was also a front side, it looks like. So there's a 1 out of 10 on sell delta in my ear, and tape is muddy for context. It's 4s, VPOC is at 6, and we're nearing the end of the distribution.
Order
There's really
placed.
not a lot of variance in this bid, and it looks like there might also be, I'm not going to say that because that's just another variable, but it looks like there also might be some reluctance in the ask as well. I say that and then they slam it for 40, but the bid just responds by stacking back to 200 at fives.
Order
Okay,
placed. Order
now
placed.
fours again. 2 out of 10.
Order
Sell
cancelled.
delta in my ear. Zebra tape now with
Order
sell
placed.
pressure. I get long and my bid that I'm leaning on starts to crack. Let's see.
Five.
Order placed.
It's a front side trade again because
Order
the bid is
filled.
so thick here. That's a good indicator because the bid is so thick here that I'm not going to be able to hit in, and I'm leaning on him. So he's my trade opportunity right there. Is the
Order
fact that
placed.
that nobody will hit the bid
Order
there
placed.
and push price lower. So I have to get in front of this guy
Order cancelled.
effectively is what I'm trying to do here.
Order placed.
Right? If I had the opportunity to get in on like a quick excess scratch here, then the reasons for this trade primarily being the consistency of this bid and the foreknowledge that last time I faded in power hour, I got eaten alive.
Sell.
Order placed.
Sell. Four. Five.
So you know, like now it'll go down. Now it'll go down.
Order filled.
You know, somebody's buying
Filled.
because they have to.
Seven. Five.
Order placed.
Okay, now this is a breakout at high of day, 8 out of 10 on the
Order cancelled.
delta. Still muddy tape, but pretty buyer dominated here. And leaning on that bid.
Order
The tape
placed.
just blows up in my favor as people have to
15.
get out.
Five.
This is right before 355 for whatever reason. I win
Order
that one.
placed.
And now I'm over here.
Sell. Five.
Order
Let's
placed.
see. I get long front side here.
Order placed.
1
Order
out of 10
placed.
ask delta in my ear, lack of initiative selling, and the this ever-present bid. It's 190 at 3 and 270 at 1 on the ask. 270. This is the iceberg we're talking about. I was going to say it looks fake, but there was a 300 lot berg there for a good portion of the end of the session, and you know, if they were going to crack it, it would be at the end of the session anyways, and we were sitting at value there anyways, but I didn't really want, and we were sitting at value there anyways, but this is a bit of a hopeless trade because, you know, I'm long twos,
Order
and the berg is at 1, which is a tick above,
placed.
and so I'm betting on him clearing the berg. You have to clear the berg, and the tape is zebra. It's also very quiet. I'm just exploiting the initiative buying from 3 to 2s that lets me put in a scratch after 60s.
Five. Sell.
But I'm still just thinking about the consistency of that bid. I don't even throw in a scratch. I'm just sitting there watching the tape.
7. 5. 7. 5. 6.
Tape's muddy now.
7. 5.
Scratch
4.
forward.
5.
Okay.
Order placed.
57. We see meta orders slam on the bid side, and the berg
5.
disappears. And I win that
67.
trade.
5.
Now,
67.
tape speed of tape picks up, but it's not directional. There's no delta also, you know. So it's the auction's really fast, but it's not directional. It's just a
Order
really fast,
placed.
hot and heavy auction. Just a heavy auction,
Order
really.
cancelled.
So I'm just watching the tape
10. 5.
until I see anything at all. And this is the 3 stack here on me taking advantage of this slippage here in power hour and unidirectional order flow. Speed of tape is increasing, like I said before, heavy auction. There's a berg of 400 on the ask at 0.
25.
And it's just speed of tape. It's just muddy
5.
tape blowing
25.
out.
Sell.
Okay, now sell delta left here. It's about a 7. It's about a 6 out of 10.
10.
They hit back into this berg. They hit back into this berg, or the size I'm leaning on it to. Price is
Order
trading ones. The bid I'm leaning on stacks to 463. I think I stack another long
Cancelled.
here, and because of probably the platform lag and the 2-tick take profit instead of the 1-tick take profit, I think I found myself long 2 contracts, and then the tape. Big tape goes from, you know, being from muddy to straight up just buyers. No zebra, just buyers, and they're slamming into it, right? So I believe I'm long 2s here, and the bid that I was originally leaning on, I'm a tick above profit on a 300 bid, and right below that is a 355 bid. I mean, it should be noted that typically when I see like adverse size supporting my trade, I have a size filter for 150, so a 400 and 281 is going to stick out. That doesn't really, I don't have any data on it, but that doesn't really tell me good things. It typically means that somebody has stuffed the queue and they're spoofing in order to get out or manipulate the market in some way or another. So we see more and more buy pressure, and then this bid just that I'm leaning on now, it stacks to 400, 300, and it doesn't stop, right? It's 4 p.m. now. The market's closed, and I got long 3 contracts up there, and I'm just letting them ride. I'm a bit flustered, and I think I see the 3 at the top, and I think I'm short. But I'm
9,
actually long
sell,
into that.
16, 5, 5, 4,
I don't know how my take profit got 3 ticks away, and I'm
Order
almost in
cancelled.
there, so it might be a bit of a process error. That's not going to be an issue in the future because I changed the colors of my orders. You already know that, but that's the entire session.